Are you ready for it? As you know, Taylor Swift had 6 shows in Toronto during the past 2 weeks. And my daughter is a great fan, is a big Swiftie. And that was a great uh, learning journey for me, how to be an ally, be an active ally with my preteen daughter in her journey of fandom for Taylor Swift. We started reading about Taylor Swift's life together, her journey, her childhood, how she started, singing, and what kind of obstacles she had. So even though that I was not identifying myself as a Swiftie, but I became an ally Swiftie to make the healthy and organic connection with my daughter. And during this journey, I really enjoyed every single second of it. So last year, I committed myself to do whatever to secure 2 tickets for both of us to go to one of the shows in Toronto. Unfortunately, as you know, the prices jumped to the sky and became very ridiculous for any middle class family to be able to afford it. And as much as I searched, I felt the system is failing us. And at the end of the day, like all other middle class families, I couldn't afford the ticket too. And that was a very challenging motherhood experience for me, that my daughter wanted to experience something really unique and I couldn't offer her, not because I didn't want to. I was ready to push my limit, but there's a limit how much you can push. So longest story short, Taylor Swift came to Toronto. Of course, my daughter had emotional moments. I had emotional moments. We shed tears also, which is fine, which is, part of the emotion that we all go through after we feel, we couldn't get what we really wanted to have. Last week, we decided to pretend that we are at the concert. We dressed up, both of us fully, like we are going to the concert. We went to the basement and we watched it live. We danced, sang, jumped up and down, took some pictures, and we felt really good. Next week, which is this weekend, I was debating if it's a good idea to take my daughter to downtown Toronto to be among the crowd, among other Swifties, among other people who adore the same celebrities. But I wasn't sure if I take her there and see the lineup, people who are going to the concert, cause her more disappointment, or being among other people with the same ideas, same beliefs, same love and passion, gonna empower her. So anyways, Friday night, the weather was not too bad. We decided to go. And I'm really happy that I did it. We were among hundreds and maybe thousands other Swifties that, just like us, they couldn't afford to purchase tickets, and they really wanted. Many of them drove 7 hours, 8 hours from the state to come to Toronto to honor themselves, even though that they couldn't go inside. So the experience was really valuable. While outside, we were hanging out. Some people were singing, dancing, talking. I really felt that's something that we are missing. First of all, I want to highlight the safe and beautiful atmosphere. Like, we're talking about over, I think, 100,000 people coming out of the stadium after the show, and 90% or more than 90% being girls, women, daughter and mothers, and the atmosphere was so feminine, nurturing, supportive. You couldn't hear any yelling, fighting, um, any situation that gives you uncomfortable. And then the tradition or the practice of exchanging friendship Taylor Swift bracelets. So everybody, even on the metro, on the subway that we were going downtown, the restaurants nearby that we had dinner on the street, the strangers, just because they were Swifties, they were standing, they were asking one another if you're in exchanging or trading, bracelets that they made themselves. And they were giving one another space if you like, if you're in it, if you want to. So it was not any forceful feeling. And on a few occasions, my daughter rejected it because she wanted to keep that specific bracelet, and it was absolutely understandable and supported. Okay, exchange. Oh, I love this tradition. I know it's such it's very empowering.
Parable in this life.
Oh, we should do something from TTP. Although I actually had other.
So, then I thought, what, during COVID pandemic, and also in the era that we're a digital era, we constantly tell our kids, and we have to tell them about how to keep their identity safe, how not to trust the strangers, which is true. But then we are missing and losing the human part of our life, and we are passing that on to our kids. In that safe atmosphere, having mothers around girls, they could embrace humanities, embrace the love. They were asking one another if you're in any safe trade, basically. They were giving one another hug. They were taking pictures, and none of us felt unsafe. And I was standing and observing, and I was like, wow, this is what we are missing. This is what we are missing in raising the next generation. So from here to all the mothers, all the women, everybody who stand up for yourself, stand up for your children, for your daughters. I really want to take off my Swiftie hat and bow and say, you know what? As much as we feel disappointed in many occasions, as I had that feeling for my daughter, but still there are many ways that we keep the fight and keep the battle, and not to let that disappointment take over the memories and the moments from us. I have 3 points after going through this journey. First, how much it's important for us to keep the meaningful or organic connections with our younger generations, specifically girls, that they're experiencing so many challenges. Instead of criticizing them, we go to their world and experience their world. Wearing bracelets says, be a cool mom sometime. And also embracing the humanities. Let them, when it's safe, to trade bracelets, hug strangers if it's safe. You're there. You know that. You're there, and you can assess if it's a safe situation. And teach them how to be among others, and also think about their safety, but at the same time, they share their values and be able to enjoy. And third, the value of advocacy. Even though that we cannot change the system overnight, but we don't give up, and we show up in full spirit with our values and raise our voices. So if you're one of those moms that couldn't take your daughter to Taylor Swift concert because of the unfair and unjust prices, you're not alone. I was there too. And I'm wearing my daughter's shirt. I don't know about you, but I feel 22. Actually, I don't need to feel 22. Whatever I am, I'm good with it. I'm honoring it, and I'm happy. Have a great last few hours of the weekend. Are you ready for it?